to get in or
We live,
anyway,
champ. We live now, buddy. Yeah, welcome to the Dog Pound. James King and K9 and John Scully in the building. About to get
okay.
John Scully, James.
Uh, if he hasn't been in already, I'll see if I send you the link.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Uh, so let's see if he's. But anyway, let's get back to this Ryan Garcia
Yeah, yeah.
because I'm not convinced.
Oh wow, you're not convinced?
No, I think he'll be a good punching bag for Gravante,
You do?
but
Mm.
I think that Luke Campbell
Hmm.
was the same thing as a one-legged Yuri Gamboa.
Hey, well, I strongly I strongly like muscle strongly disagree with you because you
You're
know
allowed to do.
who has ever.
You're a two-time junior middleweight champ,
Yeah,
so you're allowed to do that.
absolutely. So, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I strongly and the muscle strongly, like Diesel strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
Even Ryan Garcia said himself, not ever in his life. Let me rewind that. Not never ever in his life have he been dropped in the amateurs or the pros. And Campbell gave him a run for his money. And when he reached out, so did Campbell reach out and caught him on the chin, dropped him. I'm talking about. I'll say, whoa! I thought, hey, it might be an upset. So it was. Listen, it was impressive. I mean, he got up and handled his business, but I think when him getting knocked down, it actually, really, be honest, with you, it helped him more than it hurt him because
How do-
I think
how does Luke Campbell?
Luke Campbell, I think he 32, 33.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but listen, it helped him more than.
How old is Gavante Davis?
Oh yeah, he younger. He younger. I don't know. He
Okay.
probably in his late 20s,
Hmm.
20. Yeah.
And how old is Ryan Garcia?
Oh yeah, Ryan Garcia. He younger than all of them. He probably about, I don't know, maybe 323. So I'm glad you're saying that. Yeah.
So so you think that Floyd is
Hmm.
going to let an unprepared Gavante Davis go in there and not
Yeah.
make Ryan Garcia look like a Pez dispenser? You know what I mean by a Pez dispenser. Remember them little things that you used to get a Pez out of? You flip the head back and they give you a little piece of candy.
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
other words, like I said, for about 3 or 4 rounds, because remember, Luke didn't touch Ryan to his body. Remember
Yeah.
that.
You said, yeah, well, but it's hard to get to the body. You gotta be able to get to the body. You gotta remember, Ryan Garcia is long. And so
And
you
you got and now
they're
wait a
gonna
minute.
get there.
Hold on. I know I don't have canine Bundridge asking me how to get to a body, and everybody that he fought in his career was bigger and taller than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in other words, you saying that you that I mean, at the very least, Gervonta Davis can go and look at your films and
Yeah.
find out how to get to the body.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying though is like the guys that body who I got to weren't on the same level as these top guys are at 130, 135.
And
So
and and
Ryan
and, and,
Garcia.
Ry- and Ryan Garcia is not on the level of Gervonta Davis, Telefimo Lopez. How many other? I could probably name 3 or 4. But here's the thing, though. See, once again, we went to business, okay?
Hmm.
Because all of a sudden now, Ryan Garcia has the right to pick and choose. What wars has he been through? You know,
Oh yeah.
because of his promoter, all of a sudden he has the right to pick and choose. They told Telefimo Lopez the same thing. All of a sudden they had the right to pick and choose. Why doesn't Devontae Davis have the right to pick and choose? Why doesn't Terrence Crawford have the right to pick and choose? Why don't some of these other black 130 pounders have a right to choose? All of a sudden now everybody has the right to choose as long as you got a Latino name. Once again, it comes back to that little thing you said about a whole country behind him. What if
Exactly.
what if his name had been Ryan Sausalito and he had been a half black guy from North Carolina? Wouldn't nobody know about his name?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Mm.
I mean, I commend him for wanting to take the fight. And once again, I think this is going to be another uh, uh, Amir Khan type deal. You
Yeah.
know, 3 or 4 rounds, take your money and go home because you don't belong in here with me, boy.
Right. Appreciate you, 78 Sports, for the super chat. Yeah. So no, but hey, James, let me tell you something, James. It's all about in these days. You ain't even got to be able to fight real good. If you got a audience behind you, you got a crowd. Look at these. Look at these YouTubers. These YouTubers, they can't fight like that, but they got a crowd. You know what I mean? They got a crowd. Yeah. So we're having a crowd. You know what I mean? A team. We're having, when I say team, followers, people that worship you basically or idol you. A lot of people do anything for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has listen, he out of all the guys you name, his social media is destroying every last one of the guys' social media you just named. He
But
has
can he
he
fight?
has almost 5 million, if I'm not mistaken, 5 million followers.
I understand that, and Logan Paul, got enough followers for Floyd Mayweather to say, "Hey, man, you know what? Maybe we can do an exhibition over in Japan and make some money." You
There
know
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
How you
But
talking?
yeah, but if after Logan Paul has an exhibition with uh, uh, Floyd Mayweather
Yeah.
and he looks good, are you gonna put him in there with Canelo next?
Oh no, because you remember when you got that country behind you, or you got them followers behind you, them subscribers, you can fight who you want to fight.
Okay,
You
okay, like you said, Canelo got a whole country behind him.
exactly. That's
Logan
why you
Paul
fight who you want to
got
fight.
a whole YouTube behind him.
Yeah.
So
That's why he fight
um,
who you want to fight. Who is Canelo fought that you said, "Oh man, I think man he might beat Canelo." How long ago? My wife said Laura, but how long ago was that? we talk, you know what I'm saying?
hey,
We did not, and she said Kovalev. Did nobody think that Kovalev was gonna beat Canelo? Triple G, we didn't even think Triple G was gonna beat Canelo because Triple G looked it bad when he fought Daniel Jacobs. So right from there on out, everybody wanted to fight Triple G after Daniel Jacobs went the distance.
yeah, well, everybody wanted, everybody wants to get in there, like they say, with
Oh,
this fighter or with that fighter. But once again, man,
yeah,
I think we're getting away from the basics,
yeah,
and this was brought up. I was watching a YouTube video earlier
yeah.
with Calvin Ford.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I believe it was the boxing voice, and
Okay.
Calvin was on there today,
Yeah.
and they were asking him about these fights because if you look in, I'm not sure whether it was Ring. One of the magazines was comparing the middleweight class or the class of Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, that
Mhm.
era,
Yeah.
to the modern fighters of this era.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was very noticeable
Yeah.
is that at that particular time,
Mhm.
the best had to fight the best in order to make
Yeah.
money.
There you
Sugar Ray
go.
Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard had to fight.
Yeah.
Hagler.
Yeah.
Hagler had to fight Hearns. It
Yeah.
wasn't about well, let's go down here to 128, and find
Yeah.
Doobie Boy Jefferson
Yeah.
from Newark, you know,
Yeah.
Ohio, not New
Yeah.
Jersey, and
Right.
let's give him $100,000, and we'll
Yeah.
give Sugar Ray Leonard, $1 million. I mean, they wasn't making the kind of money they're making now, but I'm
Right.
just saying, in comparison,
Yeah.
nowadays, like you don't have to fight the best.
No, you don't.
Number one can fight number 25 and stream it.
Oh yeah, you could do. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff you could do now. Shoot, you got
Yeah.
social media now. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what does that do for the sport? I mean, just like everything else, you know, uh, we go through a series where things are novelties to us. You
Yeah.
know, boxing is not a novelty. Boxing is something that has always been around. So, what do you do when all of a sudden, like uh, this new scene of boxing becomes educated? And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, they don't want to see, two guys get in the ring just because, you know, uh, one's is a YouTube fighter, one is. I mean, it's just like at one time, it was a big thing, black fighter against a white fighter, Puerto Rican against a Cuban, you know.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you don't really have to make that distinction. You don't even have to be a good fighter. I mean, look at Nate Robinson. You know, probably the quickest, 60 grand or whatever it was that he made.
Yeah.
You know,
Who?
uh, uh, Nate Robinson. Yeah, he
Oh,
didn't get that much. He didn't get that
yeah. No,
much
no, no,
money.
no.
I
He
mean,
did. He made 600,000.
I thought that was what
Both of them.
Logan made.
Yeah, both of them made that.
Okay, well, all right. That's even worse.
That's big. A big difference.
That's even worse though. Nate Robinson can make $600,000 as somebody that's never walked in the ring until then,
Yeah.
and you got guys. We had a young man on here that was what 40.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to count his pockets, but I would be very, very interested to see if he's ever made $600,000 for one fight,
That's true.
especially on the B side.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, remember though, this Nate Robinson fought a YouTuber
Oh,
on
hold,
on the
and
biggest
and
undercard.
and during
Yeah.
the COVID, and
Mike,
during the COVID pandemic.
yes, but Mike Tyson, you fight on it could be pandemic. It don't matter where it's at. You fight on a Mike Tyson, Roy Jones undercard when they fighting each other, you gonna get paid. If you fight on a Floyd undercard and I wouldn't care if it's a YouTuber he fighting or not, you gonna get paid. Pay-per-view stands for pay-per-view. So you gonna get some money. You gonna get paid. You gonna get paid because you had your guarantees. So when you guarantee to get paid, you're getting paid.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all I get.
Great show,
Uh,
great show, great contact. You know, he said, Louis said he wanted to know who do you think is gonna win in a fight between Javante Davis and Ryan Garcia. We've already been talking about that. So James think that Javante Davis gonna win. And I think if
in
they fight
four
right
in
now,
in four
Ryan
rounds. Wait a minute.
Garcia win.
Hold on now.
Okay.
Don't say that James said that Tank Davis was going to win. I said he was going to win in 4 rounds or less.
Oh, that's bold, boy.
Okay.
That's bold. We had to bet a dinner on that one. Let's say taking me
Hey,
out to dinner. I'm taking you out to dinner.
you you you
Yeah.
you got Applebee's in Detroit.
Oh yes, we do. Hey, we
Okay.
got Coney Islands too.
Okay. Well.
Hey,
Well.
we got Red Lobster too. Hey,
Hey.
definitely a lot of
Well.
restaurants
Well.
in
Well.
Detroit.
Like I said,
But
I got a $25 Applebee's card here
yeah,
for dinner for two
yeah.
for twenty
But
two
James, you
dollars.
gotta remember, James, Styles make fights. And like I was saying too, is that Ryan Garcia, with him getting knocked down, that's gonna make fighters want to fight him. So if he went out there and just blew Campbell, he just blew Campbell apart, he just knocked him out in the first round, they'd have stayed away. They'd be like, oh no, we straight. But with him looking vulnerable, that made it good for him. That made everybody start fight him right now. You know, right away they talk about some Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia is already set. See what I'm saying? But if he did not Luke Campbell out in the first round and wouldn't have got dropped and didn't look vulnerable, guess what? Floyd would have said, man, ain't no way I'm putting Tank in there with Ryan Garcia. He'd have came up with all kind of excuses. He'd have said, oh, he ain't ready and this and that and this. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
Okay. So then Devin Haney was at the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's who want to fight.
Wait a minute.
And
No,
he's go ahead.
and he was Devin Haney's mandatory.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, do you think that he picked Tank Davis because he thought that he was an easier opponent than Devin Haney, or do you think he picked Gervonta Davis because he thought he could make more money fighting Tank Davis, regardless of the outcome?
I think that he picked Gervonta Davis because of the style. You know, Gervonta Davis is a southpaw and he's short. You know, Ryan Garcia has a great left hook, and an equalizer to a southpaw is the overhand right and a hook, left hook. And Ryan Garcia, because of the style he got, man, listen, I could see him beating Gervonta Davis. That left hook, he got an out cold left hook. You know, but a fight against Devin Haney, I would favor Devin Haney. But a fight with Devin Haney versus Gervonta Davis, I would favor Gervonta Davis because of the styles. So just because one guy can't beat a guy, but then that same guy can go back and beat the guy the other guy can't beat. That's just how it is in boxing. That's why they say styles make fights.
Of course. I mean, no, I understand, where you're coming from, but I
Yeah.
just, I
You
just, I
disagree?
just, I just believe
Yeah.
when
All right.
you put Calvin Ford, and I'm, that's not to say that the experience between Calvin Ford and Ryan Garcia's dad is not, on equal footing because they've known each other all the way through the uh,
Yeah. But you got to remember though,
amateur.
James, that you got to remember that he's not even training with his dad no more. He's training with Canelo, Canelo's trainer. So his
Yeah,
confidence done shot all the way up, and he's knocking guys out just like Canelo. I mean, go look at his record, man. He got a very impressive record. His knockout ratio is like 90%. I mean, one thing we can't say is somebody getting knocked out for sure. Hey, so
for sure, we can
right,
say
right,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely agree with you there.
yeah, right, right.
But
Someone said, why isn't anyone fighting Gary Russell? I think actually that Gary Russell is being blackballed. Yeah, yeah. Warrior for life. He said, why? He said, what about Garcia and Gary Russell? Why won't anybody fight him? I think he being blackballed. You know, the powers
what
that be. Probably they
what
put him in there because he probably and some he ain't doing right or some he is doing right. You know, but
what
yeah,
once again it goes back to me asking you, like why all of a sudden, it is, you know, Ryan Garcia able to call his own shots about who he fights? Why is Teofimo Lopez able to decide, who he fights? Why all of a sudden, are these youngsters, getting all of this attention when we have solid fighters, like you mentioned, Gary Russell. I mean, you're talking about a champion.
yeah,
I mean, so, you know, why aren't you talking about fighting Gary Russell?
yeah.
Because even though styles may make fights, Gary Russell doesn't put butts in seats.
Hey, you know what? Like I say, he's a world champion. If he was being promoted right, if he didn't do whatever it is that he done did to piss somebody off, hey, the people will be talking about him. See what I'm saying? So I think that he's calling people out to keep his name out here because he's a world champion. And I don't care if you're a world champion, you ain't a world champ. If you ain't fighting, people will forget about you quick. So he threw his name out there, which was smart. He started calling out Terrence Crawford. He started
You
calling
talk,
out Devin Haney. He started calling everybody out.
Gary Russell right now is like the proverbial guy that has to just keep throwing stuff on the wall and hoping that it sticks.
Yeah,
Because right now, like I said, he's too much risk for the reward, and doing and especially now during the pandemic when business margins are so tight.
yeah,
I mean, you really have to be, I mean, are you going to put him on, are you going to put him on a card, where, he's on the undercard of a Logan Paul,
yeah,
Mayweather fight, because
yeah,
he can't, handle being a headliner by himself. So
yeah,
you have to put him on there with a card that has a strong headline,
yeah, yeah,
and you make him a part of the action. Maybe
yeah.
you make him the co-main event or something like that. But
Hey, Superb Supreme, he said salute, and he said don't join the LDBC.
the LDBC,
LDBC, yeah,
okay, I'm trying
yeah,
to think of DBC.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I be hearing it about them all the time. They be like, man, shout out to the LDBC. I be hearing them say that all the time. I know they got little local little organizations that that I believe is like a LDBC. It's like local. They dealing with boxing. They control. They actually like the what's the word? They oversee boxing. So they get the donations and everything. They're the ones that put on like the golden gloves, the local golden gloves, and all the
Okay,
little local shows in the city, in the cities, in the local cities, or in the state of Detroit. LDBC. I think they help push. Let me see. The LDBC is by his channel. It's like, oh man. So he said this. I don't know. So he guess he mad. Superb Supreme. Yeah, he don't like him for some reason. I'm not up on it though, to be honest with you. Yeah. So Luis said Jamal
it's
Charlo
some
brother
kind of
exposed
boxing
Dr.
commission.
Canelo, huh? You said what now?
These guys tell people what they want to hear for super chats. No, I'm not really down with them. Charles' brother exposed him
Yeah.
ducking Canelo.
Yes.
I can't say that Charlo ducked Canelo. I thought Charlo called Canelo out a lot of times, but once again, Canelo, due to very good promotions, instead of fighting Charlo, he went up and got a light heavyweight crown, and then came back down.
Right.
Then instead of fighting Charlo, he took on this last fight against whoever the guy was. I even forget who he was now. You know, but I mean, you talk about somebody that styles make fights, and as I said, when Canelo made that deal for 10 or 11 fights or whatever it was going to be, before 8 fights was going to be cakewalks
Yeah.
because he was going to get that money.
Mhm.
I mean, and he did learn from Floyd about how to promote himself.
Yeah.
So it's Canelo to me is one, and I
Hey, well, someone elite RIM, he said Jamal turned the fight down, so they fought Jacobs instead. I don't
I,
know. I know Jamal said, he didn't. He said he didn't turn the fight down. Actually, went live with him the other day, and he said, man, he been calling Canelo. He said, what he would like turning the fight down with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He said that there's been the highest pay he would have got.
yeah, of course. I mean, now, I'll make another bet with you also. Uh,
Okay.
I'll bet you that Ryan Garcia
Uh-huh.
versus Tank Davis
Okay.
has more pay-per-view viewers than Tyson and Roy Jones.
And Tyson Roy Jones?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on when they gonna fight.
I'll bet you.
When do
I'll
they
bet
fight?
you. Whenever if they fought tomorrow,
I
I would
I would
I
bet you.
would bet you I would bet you that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis has more pay-per-viewers than Roy Jones and Mike Tyson.
You know what? That's a better fight. But I don't know.
I,
I thought
that's not
I
what I
would bet
said.
you. I bet you. I would bet you because a lot of people don't know who Ryan Garcia is. A lot of people know who Mike Tyson is.
A whole country know who Ryan Garcia is.
Hey, listen,
They- they-
the
they-
whole
they-
universe know who Mike
they-
Tyson is. The
Uh,
whole world.
okay, all
And
right.
even if people biting Vander Holyfield ear, they know who Mike Tyson is. And I don't know. I don't know if they would do better than 1.6 million pay-per-view buys.
Well,
It's worthy of it. It should. But just
I'm
as worthy of it and it should,
well.
don't mean it happen.
Well, like I said, I'll bet you that it makes more. It has more pay-per-views than Mike Tyson, and that let's see, we have Brian Lewis Melgar here. He says Ryan looks better to him than Tank and Devin Haney.
Exactly. See that he a smart man. See, I told you.
Mickey
Right, right. Hey,
Mickey
right. Listen.
Mickey Mursack says to take the bet.
What, right. I am. Yeah, exactly. What bet he trying to? Hey, what bet you say take? You telling me to take the bet? Or
Yeah,
you telling James to take the bet?
he
We don't
must
know
be
which
telling.
one he's talking about.
No, I presented the bet, so he can't be telling me to take the bet
Oh,
because
you
I'm
telling
the
me to
one
take
that
the bet?
made the bet.
Oh
So
yeah,
evidently,
it's a
but
better fight. Listen, it's definitely a better fight. But just because of how wishy washy the people are, oh, see, he telling me to take the bet. See, because they ain't gonna do more. They ain't gonna do more pay per views than Mike Tyson and Roy Jones.
man, we
They not gonna
man
do
we
it.
man we got the vaccine. We gonna have a live audience plus. So
Man,
come on with it. I'm ready. You just let me know.
yeah,
You just let me know. Mm,
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
but
Hey,
until then, I'm gonna say. So, uh,
exactly. See, but yeah, just
Chain with Ice
uh,
says heck. Chain with Ice says heck no. Ryan versus Tank may sell 500,000. Oh,
uh,
I definitely bet it sell more than 500,000. Wow,
hey, man, exactly. There you go.
where
For me,
you at? Where
but
you
them
at? Chain with Ice must be an ex sparring partner for somebody. I don't know who
guys,
he was. Yeah,
man, he know what
evidently.
he talking about. He know that. Hey, listen, those guys, even though they got big names and a nice size following, they, people gonna go for the people that they know, people that they remember. Mike Tyson has a name that's been cemented forever. He's a Hall of Famer. He
Okay.
he fought in an exhibition, not even a real fight on paper, and got 1.6 million people buy the fight. Man, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, no man, they ain't gonna be able to fight exhibitions and get people to pay for that. They got to fight real fights, and then, like I say, they should do way better than Mike Tyson and Roy Jones
Do
because
you
they're
agree?
actually fighting.
Do you agree
Oh,
with Do you agree with Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year? Earl should have gotten that one.
oh yeah,
Now,
definitely.
I didn't look at that, but someone said that Tank Davis was up for Fighter of the Year and Knockout of the Year. Like I said, I was that's what made me listen to Calvin Ford's interview earlier today.
Yeah,
Uh,
Errol Spence was fighter of the year. He was definitely fighter of the year. This man came back from almost dying,
well,
and
it says evidently he must not have been because Warrior for Life says that Spence should have gotten that one. So
no,
evidently it
I'm talking
wasn't that
about.
one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the dog pound, pound for pound for pound. Who you got? as the pound for pound best fighter in boxing, and who should have got who you got win best fighter of the year? Because they going off what they think. We gonna go off what we think.
Well, actually, I like Bud.
You
I
like
think
Bud?
I like Bud. I like Tank for knockout of the year,
Okay.
uh,
You like Bud
and
for what?
for fight of the year.
Oh, fight of the year against
Yeah,
against Kell Brook. That was fight of the year.
that's not. I didn't say that was the fight of the year. You said who was the fighter of the year,
Okay.
right? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so fight of the year for me would be Terrence Crawford.
And he
Now,
beat Kell
fight
Brook.
no, but that's not. You didn't ask me about fight of the year. You asked me about fighter of the year, just like
Who did he beat?
knockout of the year,
Okay, if he
knockout,
fight if he
not
fight of the
not
year,
huh?
who he beat to become fighter of the year?
Who they put in front of him?
Turp.
He
Turp.
that was his last that was his last fight. So wait a minute. So in other words, well, no, this is a different year, so I can't say that already. But
Yeah. Yeah.
fight of the year, there's a lot of fight of the years, and no, Terrence
Yeah.
Crawford definitely wouldn't be in that category, but neither
I
would
put
he be in knockout of the year. I mean,
I
but
put Tio
but
Fermo in front of Terrence Crawford and fighter of the year. He beat Lomachenko. And Lomachenko was definitely a dog.
okay, then for my fight of the year would be Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's who
That's a good
my
one.
fight of the year would be.
When did Tyson Fury fight with Wilder? Was that actually this year, 2020?
That
This
was
time
in
be going by so quick.
2020.
That's
Uh,
2020?
Yeah, we only 5 days into 2021, so, it had to be
Yeah, yeah,
2000.
yeah. But I'm saying though that seems so long ago because since then they talking about the glove issues. They talk about some he cheated. They talk about some, hey, it was water, it was poison water. I mean, since then they done had all kind of conversations and stuff that's being said
I
about Tyson
know,
Fury and
I know.
Wilder.
Yeah, but, then again, I mean, I have to think,
Yeah,
I mean, that there's some integrity left in boxing, okay?
yeah.
And, I would think, that the integrity of Sugar Hill. I would rather believe in the integrity of Sugar Hill and his team. I mean, I don't think that's something that Emmanuel would, you know, uh, uh,
Huh?
be proud of. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that's something. I mean, Kronk is known for fighters. Kronk's not known for cheaters. Now,
Yeah.
you were there, so maybe you know something different than I do. And I do realize that this is a business. You win
Yeah.
by any means necessary.
Uh-huh.
But I would have to think that there is still some integrity left in the game. Uh, you know, uh, you know, uh, just from what we've seen,
Mhm.
in the ring in 2000, the people that we've lost. You look at, what happened to Adonis Stevenson. You look at some of the other things that are happening. I would like to think that this is one time when we could point to say that the trainers on both sides, Mark Breland on one side, Sugar Hill on the other, are you really going to tell me that either one of them would resort to putting something in the fighter's water or taking something out of the gloves? I mean,
Mhm.
seriously, you're talking what Mark Breland, Hall of Famer, uh, you
Yeah.
know, and Sugar Hill, like I said, I have to believe in his integrity. You work with the man. Do you think he's capable of something like that?
No, no, I don't think that Sugar Hill, cheated at all. Me and him, we fought together for many, many years. Like I say, I was the first pro he had actually ever trained. That we went together, we went to war together, and not one time did he ever say, "Hey man, wear these gloves right here." And you know, these lures right here gonna make you punch harder. You know what I mean? He never ever, did nothing to foul. And as a trainer, we did everything fair and by the book. So, I don't think Sugar Hill had nothing to do with, you know, what's going on, what's allegedly going on,
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean, at some point, I
yeah.
mean, it's just like first, I think the first the excuse was, my suit was too heavy. But then, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
didn't you try on the suit before I mean, what they
Uh-huh.
do just break it out and bring it to you.
Yeah,
Usually when pay that kind of money for something, they usually try to custom fit it to you. I mean, that's the point,
yeah.
right? So
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just like your boxing trunks. Well, I lost because my boxing trunks was too long. I kept tripping over them with my shoes. Well, didn't you know the trunks was too long before you put them on? I mean, come on, you know, you lost the fight. Let's try to get another one. Now you might not get to fight either one of them because there's talk of them giving up their belts. So if they give up their belts, it's all about the cash. And Deontay Wilder doesn't put enough butts in seats, especially if they're going to fight in England. Fury against Joshua,
Yeah,
please, you know.
yeah.
See,
I hope.
you could give Deontay Wilder and the whole city of Birmingham, 2 weeks, and they wouldn't be able to get enough people in the arena that they would have in England, in
But how do you think
Manchester.
how big that fight you think that fight is? Do you think a rematch with Deontay Wilder is bigger than a fight with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua over in United Kingdom?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
There's no way. Once again, I'm gonna throw your words back at you. They
That's
got a
right.
whole they got a whole country behind them.
A whole country. Yes.
Every,
Yes. We're
everybody in
paying.
Ireland, and Scotland will be there. Okay, you know,
Exactly.
you know. Actually, uh, now that's a fight that might be in jeopardy because once again, with this new COVID thing, they're shutting down England and they're
Yeah.
restricting travel to England and out of England. A
Uh-huh.
lot of European countries don't
Yeah.
want planes from England coming there. Uh,
Yeah.
eventually, we have the English strain out here in California. So that means that it at least had to come through New York some kind of way. We got the English and the Australian one out here, so uh, you know uh, COVID could keep that fight from happening
Yeah.
for a while. But
Uh-huh.
once again, it's going to be a while, I think, before we start seeing the effects of people getting this vaccine because uh,
Yeah.
at some point, someone is going to try to do a live event, and it's a matter of how the boxing community accepts it, um, because for most people, if you're coming to Las Vegas, if you're coming to LA, uh, you know, uh, places where fights are going to be open, Texas, it does mean that you're going to be traveling.
Yeah.
Like you, for instance, your fight was in Florida. I
Right.
mean, whether you like flying or not, you had to get your butt in the plane. You know,
Exactly.
so it's going to depend upon the effectiveness of this vaccine and
Yeah.
how soon we can get butts back in seats, even at uh, when you look at things that are happening in sports now, and you see these young kids, they are not immune to
Yeah.
COVID. We have football games, basketball games. Kevin Durant, just was out 4 games for having COVID. So
Uh-uh.
you know,
Yeah,
so you're talking about top condition athletes,
yeah,
that this is happening to. So
yeah.
it's
Yeah. But the thing about
look,
it, I heard that they actually things are gonna get better and are getting better this year. I mean, they started to try to open stuff back up. Like over here at this gym that we at, or Title Boxing, they gonna be actually doing classes again. At this Sunday and well, actually tomorrow. So things are starting to open back up slowly but surely.
K9 Warrior for Life says, how long do you think before Jerron Ennis Boots gets a shot at the top guys at 147?
Hey, you know what? He dangerous, so they gonna take their time with him. He gonna have to kick the door down. They listen, they ain't trying to see him right away. You
Bo-
gonna have to
Bo-
really
Boots might be the Gary Russell of 147 because don't nobody want to see Boots, man.
right,
I'm
right.
not-
But I think they actually wanna see they actually do wanna see, Gary Russell. Yeah, I mean, well, Gary Russell wanna see them. Yeah.
Cornelius Bundage versus Corey Ashley in
Right,
in
right.
2022. Damn,
Yeah,
you
that's
gonna wait? He try to wait till you turn 50.
yeah. You know what? You know who that is. We had him on the show before. That's Corey.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's Corey, yeah. He a silly guy. He a silly guy. He be always like, "Man, K9, Imma wait till you get 60 years old before I fight you. Before I spar you, Imma wait till you get 60 years old."
Well, you tell you got 10 more years. Tanks defense against Santa Cruz didn't look good, and Devin Haney didn't look great against Gamboa that was coming off a knockout. Ryan looking the best, heart, speed, and power.
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, Ryan, I tell you, man, Ryan Garcia, you gotta remember one thing I can say about, Oscar De La Hoya, out of all the guys that's promoting, he is the best, like, matchmaker. He's you know what I'm saying? He matches his fighters up to a T. He know how to build superstars. He built Canelo from the ground. He built it from the ground, made him a superstar. So when it comes to making someone a superstar, Oscar has proven that he can do it. Top rank, top rank, they can get you so far. After they get you so far, you go, you on your own. Look how far they got Terrence Crawford so far. Terrence Crawford, like, man, listen, take me further. He like, man, listen, I don't lost too much money on you. So everybody be always trying to lead top rank. Like Terrence Crawford trying to lead. Floyd Mayweather left. Mikey
But,
Garcia left.
well,
And
Oscar says now he wants to fight Canelo.
when did he say that?
Oh, that's been all over. That's been all over Ring Magazine, Boxing Voice. He
Yeah,
says what that when he comes back, he wants to fight Canelo. He wants a rematch with Floyd
yeah,
and somebody else. He called out.
yeah,
All those. He's seen that Mike Tyson money, and he can got
yeah. What up, money hungry? We good. Yeah, yeah. So no, yeah, I just saw the Canelo and Oscar kind of made up for each other. They just kind of made up. They just got to it, yeah, they just got to actually making up. So they actually spoke. And Oscar said that he's trying to that he has enough money to actually get Canelo to sign back with him. So he looking to sign Canelo to re-sign Canelo. So I don't think he's trying to fight Canelo. He said he's going to fight. Actually, he said he's fighting at either 154 or 160. And last time I looked, Canelo's been fighting at 168. He ain't been fighting at 160. 68, 168, and 175.
Well, Canelo been fighting, at whatever weight that he's wanted for the last 2 years. Canelo's not bound by weight limits or championship belts. He got his own belt. He got his own weight limit. So
Yeah.
you know. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
Corey says, why can't Oscar do that with black fighters?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I don't see no black fighters he promoting really. And when you think about it, he have done it with black fighters. Let's not forget, Oscar De La Hoya had all the black fighters. He had Deontay Wilder. I remember they was all promoted by him before PBC. You know what I'm saying? Bought them out, or they all signed with Al Heyman. Oscar he had
I,
Errol
I,
Spence. He had
I,
Jamal Charlo. Oh, he had all the top guys, so he can do that. Corey, with black fighters. He have done it with black fighters.
I didn't remember Oscar ever having the Chalo brothers.
Yeah, yeah. Just go back. Remember, Oscar. Oscar had to go to the rehab. Remember, Oscar was promoting all the PBC fighters. PBC was just Al Heyman was
Oh
just
yeah,
advisor.
that
Huh?
was that was before the little Las Vegas thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to tell you. Yeah, he had all them guys. Some of them stayed loyal to Oscar, but majority of them left. They left where the bag was at. You remember Al Heyman had got from some Hutch fund. He had got $480 million to promote boxing. So people say everybody was like, "Man, who you want to thank after you win your fight?" I like to thank Al Heyman. he gave he gave
yeah.
me my biggest purse. Man, he was taking care of. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, who was taking care of. Danny Garcia was making money. He was making millions, and he was fighting guys like I forgot what the one guy name is. I'm talking about he was fighting featherweight and making millions. I was like, man, Daddy that made a lot of money, boy. He can retire and be good. And he doing well. He's doing extremely well. Yeah, it'll be extremely well.
De La Hoya match with Floyd would be fun, but against Canelo, that would be too much competition.
Uh,
I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to see Oscar, back in the ring with Floyd. Number one, I mean, what weight are they gonna fight at?
yeah,
You know, I
they
mean,
can do exhibition. Floyd about to fight against Logan Paul, and Logan Paul gonna outweigh Floyd by about at least 30 pounds. At least 30 pounds. It's an exhibition. You can fight at whatever weight you want to in an exhibition because Floyd ain't coming back and fight no pro fights, no real fights. He'll fight exhibitions is all he fighting.
the,
And,
the,
and,
the,
and he's not getting in the ring with no Oscar because the money ain't there.
is Mr. Zamora in the house yet?
Nah, he ain't came through yet. Nope. Yeah, we'll see him at the bottom. If he came in, he's MIA. It's only he only 1 minute late right now, so you might
Uh,
have to holler at your boy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, big fella.
so let's talk about some of these some other fights that we're looking forward to in this year.
Hey,
Of
how about
course.
De La Hoya versus Bundrich? K9 Bundrich. How you like that fight, JK?
what what you think now? Y'all close to the same age though, so
Yeah, knock his head off. It don't matter how old he is. I'll put him on timeout. I'm gonna put him in timeout. I've been actually going back and forth on Twitter with Jalen Love. Jalen Love is actually training Logan Paul. So I said, hey, put him in there with some real work. You know what I mean? Let's make it happen. And he was like, "Oh man, he started saying all kind of stuff. Eventually he's like, "Oh man, I respect you, champ." But I said, man, you gotta quit fighting basketball players. Had a two-time world.
oh, oh, you talking about the little brother, the one
Yeah,
the one that just fought? Yeah,
exactly.
that would be a good fight, and a good payday. So yeah, I
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
keep poking the bear. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
listen, I just and then I'm gonna put him in timeout.
Yeah.
I put him away. Hey, listen, I'm not going to this a decision.
So have you seen any schedule? For what's going on with the boxing season for the amateurs? Have you made any arrangements for your son to get on the road this year and get back in the ring?
You know what? What I'm trying to do is just make sure he get better because I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna get back in the ring. So I got some good sparring lined up for him. He's supposed to be sparring with he's supposed to be sparring with the guy what's my man's name? Spencer, Joey Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey Spencer, a nice PBC, actually was prospect of the year. And yeah, I'm lining that up for little K9. So the goal is just to get better, whether we fight or we don't fight, keep working and keep getting better. Because I'm about ready to turn him pro. It's time to go ahead and get that chocho. It's called that dodo. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Um, actually, Tank has signed a young fighter, uh,
Okay.
and I'm trying to see if
No,
we
Corey.
can get him on the show. His
Yeah.
name, I believe, is Stacy Selby, and I
Okay.
believe he fights at 160, 168 or
Okay.
167, somewhere around in there. Uh, Trying to see if
Okay.
see what happened to.
Yeah. Nope. He's not K9 Junior, but he's K9 Junior. Luis wanted to know that. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly.
Sky Dog in the house.
Yeah. He's here. Yeah.
Who would you rather see, Canelo Triple G at 168 or Canelo Spence at 160?
Oh man. I,
I'm
I, I
I'm not really sure I want to see Canelo Triple G again. Uh,
okay.
but Canelo Spence at 160.
Yeah, I think Spence needs to lay off that one. Spence a good fighter, but majority of the times he's in there with guys that he's bigger and stronger than. And fighting against Canelo, he would actually be the smaller guy. You know what I mean? He would lose advantages that he always takes into fights, being a smaller guy. And I don't like that fight for him. I mean, money wise is good, but going through what he went through and almost losing his life, man, that'd be a bad fight for him.
Well, we will definitely see. Um, I think Mr. Zamora's father wanted to watch. He didn't want to really
Yeah.
come in. So hopefully,
Okay.
I just talked to Mario and Mr. Young Zamora will be in soon. Let's see.
Wow. Dr. Joe, we know? Oh, wow.
What's that?
Oh, look right here on the
G?
screen. What SB just told me. Look, Dr. Dre suffers a brain
You
what's that? Aneurysm and ICU at LA Hospital. Wow.
Yeah, and ICU in LA, LA has stopped taking patients unless it's very serious. As a matter of fact, they're telling, if you don't think that the person can be revived, don't bring them to the
Man.
hospital. So
Wow.
we're doing
Breaking news.
we're
Bad
doing
news.
we're doing we're doing badly out here as far as
Wow.
handling what's going on. But this is something altogether different. An aneurysm
Man.
could have happened at any
Yeah.
time. So
An aneurysm. Yeah. That's bad. An aneurysm. What's the aneurysm? That's what?
It's a blood clot in your blood in your brain.
Oh wow.
Um,
That's
Mr.
deep.
Zamora says he's on.
He is? Oh, well, I don't see him. Yeah, he say young. Yeah. I ain't saw nothing of him, you know. Is he on is he on the old link or what?
I sent him the new link.
Yeah, he must be on the old link.
Says he's been on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he on the wrong one.
Yeah, I know. I had sent him the old link, but I sent him the new link too. Let's see.
Uh
No, I sent him the new link.
yeah. Wow, that's sad, boy. Dr. J, man. Wow.
Maybe I'm going to see why he's not on.
Let's see.
He says he's been there for 5 minutes.
Hmm. Okay, okay, I see him now.
Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah,
I,
he's just left me.
I got
Okay.
I got his publishing. There he is. Okay,
Hey, what's going
how
on?
you doing? How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Ah,
We're doing well, man. I
doing
was
well.
just telling K9 about that you helped get Ryan Garcia ready for Lou Campbell. And as a young man, 17, I believe you are 17, 18,
Yes, sir. 17 years old.
Uh,
and you're already getting uh, the big boys ready. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How you decided to make this your life's occupation.
Well, when I was little, started off, doing two sports, played football, boxing. I was good at both, but as time went on, it got harder to keep doing both, and I just felt like I was good, doing better at boxing than I was at football. So that's the career that I chose to go with, and years later, here we are now, and helping Ryan.
Yeah, but man, you don't have to get hit as many times in football as you do in boxing. I mean, boxing, if a guy hits you in the face, you get a 15-yard penalty. I mean,
Yeah,
football, in boxing, it's hey man, good punch, and you keep on working.
exactly, exactly. It's a one-man sport, which makes it, way better.
So, how old were you when you decided that you wanted to be a fighter instead of a football player?
I was 12 years old, so yeah, that's when I stopped playing football and just decided to do boxing.
So I'm kind of looking at your build here, and I'm thinking of myself when I was younger. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe you were like a DB or a running back.
I did play running back, but I played linebacker as well, outside linebacker.
Oh, okay. So you had a little toughness to you there, huh? Little
Yeah,
pop, huh? Okay, all
yep,
right. Made the guys respect you when you come around this end, huh? Okay,
yes, sir.
all right. Okay, I can understand that. All right, so tell me a little bit about your boxing style. Uh, righty, southpaw. I mean, a body puncher, heavy, heavy banger? What's your MO in the ring?
I'm left-handed, so I'm a southpaw. You know, and I consider myself, very well-rounded. I can box. Stay on the outside and use my distance, due to the fact that I have a good height and good length. But I can also, punch with you as well, and I feel like I have enough power to make my opponents respect that.
Okay, now, are those your boxing trophies, or is that just your trophy case in general?
Yeah, most of them are my boxing trophies. Got some belts over there, but some of them are also from like my little brothers. They play football also, so they get their trophies in here. But most of them's all me.
You the big brother in the house, huh?
Yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, okay. You got to establish that dominance. I see you. I hear you.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I got seven sisters and four brothers, so I do understand what that means. So, uh, are you planning on turning pro? Are you pro already? Have you been signed? Tell us how your career has progressed since you've come through the amateurs. What was
Um,
your amateur record, by the way?
not really sure of my amateur record. I want to say I had around 65 fights. That's what I do know. But I am actually professional already. I turned pro last year in November, and now I'm 4-0 with 3 KOs. And as far as being signed, um, I'm not signed yet. All I know is that my manager is Bob San. Uh, Mario Serrano is my publicist.
Yeah, yeah, we're familiar with Mario. Mario gets a lot of great fighters for us. Hopefully, since you come highly recommended, then you're going to fall right in that along in that same class. So, what's your weight class and your reach, things like that? As you say, 3-0. So, three knockouts. So, we know you have some pop there. So. Uh, how tall are you? What's your height? And excuse me. What's your reach? And as you got Ryan ready for Luke, what was primarily your job?
Well, I'm 5'10". I have a 6 foot reach, so 72 inches, and it's similar build to Luke Campbell, and I'm more of a boxer also. So I guess you could say Ryan knew that they had to come forward, so they thought that I was the best fit for that style. It's being that I'm more of a boxer, and it worked out as you can see.
Were you surprised to see Ryan get knocked
Hello.
down? Hello? Yeah. Were you surprised to see Ryan get knocked down? I think we might have got frozen here.
Wi-Fi
Can you hear me, DJ?
connection.
DJ. Well, we had
Hello.
things along. Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello,
I can hear
DJ.
you now. What did you say?
I said, were you surprised to see Ryan get knocked down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Catching up to you guys.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're good now.
Okay. Were you surprised to see Ryan get knocked down?
Um, yeah, honestly, I was a little bit surprised. You know, it was crazy because when we were sparring, he's always moving, doing good at defending and everything. But it caught me off guard for sure when he got dropped.
Now, let's go the other way around. Were you surprised to see Ryan stop Luke that quickly?
No, honestly, I wasn't surprised at all. I had made the prediction that they were gonna, that Ryan was gonna stop Luke Campbell within 8 rounds of the body shot, and that's exactly what happened. They've been working on it in camp a lot. Trying to work on that left hook to the body. I guess they saw that was a weakness in Campbell's arsenal, so that's what they wanted to work on, and it worked.
Well, I got the two-time junior middleweight champ K9 Bundage over here uh, to talk to you. I know I got to let him in. See, right now I got him at a disadvantage because
Uh,
only thing he can do is talk. He can't really get close to me, so you know I can kind of freeze him out if I want to. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm gonna turn you over to the champ. Champ, this is Mr. DJ Zamora Jr. And
yeah,
as I said, he got Luke ready for. He got Ryan ready for his fight with Luke.
yeah,
Talked to him about his career and what he.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you heard. He's 4-0 with three
Okay.
KOs.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Hey, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, young brother, man. Hey, when we first got you on the show, and they said DJ, I'm like, DJ, is he is he a DJ? Hey, so what did DJ stand for? Zamora.
I think we've.
Oh,
I think it's lagging. Yeah, DJ.
yeah, I
DJ
hear you guys
Zamora.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what did DJ stand for?
So I'm actually the third, Demla Mora the third, but
Okay.
my dad, so they call him DJ, and then they just call me Little DJ.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, but that's your first. What's your first name? Your first name is DJ.
No, no, my first name's Demler, Demler.
Okay,
Yeah.
Demler. Okay, okay. Hey, so now you helped Ryan Garcia to win. Was you his main sparring partner for the in camp?
Well, we were there 5 weeks, and
We
I took on, the bulk of sparring. Occasionally he would spar his younger brother, Sean, because he was a southpaw as well. But for
okay.
the part, I was, yeah, you could say I was the main corner.
I, um, I think with that knockout he got. They always say you only good as the sparring you get. Not only are you only as good as your last fight, but you only as good as how hard you prepared in the gym. So a lot of credit needs to be given to you and the other sparring partners he had. Now with the victory he had, he looked so good. I would think that he would throw y'all a bonus or something. He call y'all and text y'all or say something like, "Man, I appreciate y'all." I mean, whether he throw you something extra or not, I mean, did he give you a phone call and say, "Good looking, man, I appreciate y'all so much" or something?
Yeah, we actually talked to each other after the fight. And, he said I just wanted to congratulate him and everything on his win, and thanked him for giving me the opportunity. And he said thanks for helping him get ready and everything. So that was very honorable, and it was real nice to hear that.
How did you actually get in camp with him? Did he reach out to you? Did somebody, refer you to him? I mean, how did you even get set up to be able to get that, that experience with Champ?
Yeah, I've known the Garcia for a while. We've watched them through amateur. And, he used to spar his younger brother Sean, and so they knew I was a southpaw. So, you know, that's I guess that's how the connection got around, and then they gave me a call for sparring, and that was it.
Okay. But the word on the streets, the word on the streets is he was giving you that work. I mean, say it ain't so.
I'm not speak on that. Being a sparring partner, you can't release stuff like that. I will
Yeah.
say it was great, tough.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. The thing about it though, like, I done had sparring partners. I done been in plenty sparring camps with big guys, like Miguel Cotto and all of them. You can release you can't release the footage if you had it because they normally would have you sign a waiver and something like that. But you could probably say, "Oh, it was just good work," because didn't nobody really say nothing. I just like to get stuff, pumped up a little bit. This the dog pound.
Yeah, no, it definitely was great work, for the both of
That's
us.
that's what I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. Because y'all, like you say, y'all been knowing each other for a while, so I wouldn't want to put y'all at odds with each other. That's good work, man. So, do you think that with the work you've gotten from him, knowing that he's a top guy, that helped you a whole lot to prepare you for what you're gonna be looking forward to doing as you climb the ladder in your career?
No, I definitely think it was a great experience. Experience also sparring with and I think I learned a lot of things in that camp in the 5 weeks that I was there. And Ryan actually, he also a great teacher outside of the ring. Telling me a few things. Get accustomed to the pro fight game and telling me what it takes to compete at the high level. And just watching his work ethic alone, just showed me what it takes to get to a level like that and compete.
Yeah. Now, don't be biased. But me and James King was talking about who we thought would win between him and Javante Davis. So he was saying, "Oh, Javante Davis go mop the floor with him." Now, in that fight, who do you think would win that fight? I mean, just not as your
Not what
friend,
that is not what I
but as a boxing fan. You don't know neither one. Who do you
said.
think would win that fight?
Well, as a boxing fan, if I was neutral, I'd have to give the edge to Ryan Garcia. He's a lot taller. He has the longer reach, and
Yeah,
speed is it's crazy. So based on those three factors alone, I'd have to give the edge to Garcia. And also, he has great power as well.
yeah. But I mean, his knockout was an impressive knockout. But the knockout that Javante Davis just had against Leo Santa Cruz, hey, Ryan don't want to get hit with one of them.
Uh, I see Ryan distance against Gervonta Davis.
Hey,
Uh,
but Javante don't want to get hit with that body shot either. So
who,
somebody, can we agree? Somebody going to sleep?
Um, regardless, I just want to see a good fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone did get knocked out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What at you say you had about 60 some amateur fights. I mean, do you feel like that you are on a fast track to getting where you want to be in boxing, or do you think you need to take your time?
Um, you know, uh, I just focus on perfecting crafts and things like that. Definitely sparring with these top guys, makes me feel like it puts me on a fast track. Having to catch up with these guys, but regardless of how fast it takes for me to get to the top, as long as I get there, that's really what
Yeah.
matters.
See, and I was just saying that. I was just saying that because some guys that are actually real, real, real good. Some seem like they're ahead of their time. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. This is off the wall with what I'm saying, but Tupac was way ahead of his time. Like he's one of those guys like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Um what's the name? Lomachenko. Lomachenko. He ain't had that many amateur fights. Turn pro. Boom, fought for a title right away. Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? She fought for world title. What? She was the fastest ever to win world titles. You know what I mean? In different weight classes. So I mean, you actually going out there and you last in the whole camp with Ryan Garcia, who's a great fighter, and you only got four pro fights, right?
Yes.
That just speaks a lot about who you are and what you can do. If you can hold your own and camp with somebody that good, that's a world champion, then hey, you ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot sooner than later. You agree?
Yeah, yeah, I do agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who was your promoter? Who's your promoter?
Right now, I'm not sure about that. I just know that my manager Bob Santos, and whatever he pushes me towards,
Yeah.
the route I'm gonna go.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my bad too. I think I said Loma Checker didn't have that many amateur fights. I mean, he had a lot of amateur fights, but when he went pro, he didn't have that many pro fights before he fought for a world title and became a world champion. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, James. I don't want to hog up all the questions. I can go for days. This is what I do, boxing, I can go forever. James over there looking like, man.
No,
I'm
well,
beautiful.
no, I was
No,
going to ask you a little bit about your little brothers. Are any of them getting into the boxing game, or are they content to stay in other sports right now, or you know, uh, you know, are they trying to, like, hey, I knocked Big Bro down today, you know?
They play football also, but they do know how to box. Being that they've seen me in the gym growing up, and they learned a few things, and they're actually very good at boxing. But they all like football a lot better than they do boxing. So, I don't see any of them choosing the boxing route like I did.
yeah.
Okay, was your father in the game? Was your father a boxer, or?
My father was not a boxer, but he loves boxing. Always watched all the fights, and he was a fight fan for sure.
Where did you live? Where did you grow up?
I was born and raised here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, okay. Wow, you could have found a lot easier ways to make money in Las Vegas than boxing, man. Shoot.
Hey, listen, the city that never sleeps, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
glad he chose boxing. Right.
So, how are things out there? I mean, growing up in Vegas, I'm sure, like now that you're having to go through this COVID outbreak, you look at Vegas now, you can actually count the cars that are going up and down the strip. How big of a change has that been for you? With your training and your regular routine. I mean, like you say, you went from Vegas, that never sleeps, to Vegas is kind of now taking a nap.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Being that some things are closed and some things are open, and not everything is 24 hours like it used to be. But as far as training goes, the grind never stops, as they say. We've just been training and getting the work in wherever we can get it, and just pushing to be the best every day. So as far as training goes, we never stop training. Due to the whole COVID outbreak thing, and we've been getting a lot of sparring as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely get good sparring in Vegas. That's one thing that you don't have to worry about. Uh, K9, why don't you finish up with young DJ, and make sure we get his social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I want to ask you, before I let you go too, like, what is your most proud um reward, trophy, or plaque that you have that's back there? I mean, you can even add the football if you want to.
I have a lot. I can't really pick a favorite, but if I had to, it would be when I traveled overseas, to fight internationally in Hungary, and I got a gold medal, so
Okay.
that was definitely different, more different than any national titles, and I think that's what makes it, the top out of all the belts and that I back there.
Yeah. Now, how old you say you were again, DJ?
17 years old. I turned 18 at the end of April this year.
Wow. And how old were you when you turned pro?
16 years old.
Wow. So you are very mature. Your mom and dad did a real good job with you, man.
Thank you.
Tell them I said Happy New Year and God bless them for that. Yeah, because
You got
we need more good young men out here like you. You doing big things. Like just the person you are. I could just tell that you got a good head on your shoulders, man. And I commend you for that. And you keep up the good work, man, and keep giving these guys that good work, man, and keep being professional like you are right now.
Thank you guys. And also, I want to thank you guys for having me on here to do this interview.
Absolutely, we want to have you back now. Don't get too big now for us. You know what I mean? Come show us some love. As soon as you get back in position, when you about to get ready to fight, make sure you tap back in. Give everybody your social media and any final thoughts.
As far as my social media goes, you can find me on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter at DJJD3 Boxing. And like I said, my final thoughts. Thank you guys for having me on here. Hope you guys have a happy New Year and being blessed so far.
Yes. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Boy, I'm gonna come get some of that work too, though. I'm still in the gym. I'm gonna come get some of that work when I'm in Vegas. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna talk to James and find out how I catch up with you. See what you got. Now you ain't now. Do you get in the ring with any and everybody, or do you pick and choose people you get in there with? Is it a certain weight class that you don't go above, or what?
We like to get good work with anybody, as long as it's reasonable. I wouldn't
Yeah,
go as far anyway.
yeah.
So yeah, as long as it makes sense, I'm definitely looking for getting the work.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right, man. Appreciate you. Good night, man, and look forward to watching your career and talking back to you soon.
Thank you guys. I look forward to being on here again.
All right. Good night, brother.
Good night, bro. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, this young man got a good head on his shoulders, to be young. He's very professional. I mean, at a real young age, like, these young guys, man, they real good and sharp when it comes to social media. But when it comes to having a conversation, they mum's the word.
well, we do find that this younger generation is a lot more articulate and a lot more used to using social media. They watched the transition, and all of everybody, except for us old folks, is YouTube savvy and you know, TikTok and all the platforms to make sure that they get themselves out there. I commend all these young men, that are taking their own careers in their hands and, making sure that, you know, uh, that they use that fraternity. That's one thing that I am seeing is that,
Uh-oh, you muted yourself. You on mute, JK.
you got me now.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
You back in the game, buddy.
Like I was saying, it seems that they're more accustomed to networking among themselves,
Yes.
as well as making sure they get their brand out there. So it is becoming a new day for boxing, and I'm interested to see how it goes in 2021.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I mean, I just hope, that the best fight the best. We deserve it as fans, as social media, just period. Just in the world we in now, you need to do all you can do right now because we don't know what the next day will come or what'll come the next day. Yeah, a lot of things are happening fast, so do all you can while you can. I mean, you should never know. Your day could be the last day. Just man, look at man, Dr. Dre, boy, that right there really got me really all messed up. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Ain't like when we
Yeah,
on the show, man. Something always end up happening. It be breaking news.
well, things. Now, this is something that it's possible. That he could come back. Himself. But there's also sometimes there's repercussions. I think this is about the closest you can get to having a stroke. without actually having one.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's nothing to play with. It's something that you need to take very seriously, and I know the family would appreciate any prayers uh, that we send out for Dr. Dre.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So K9, I guess it's about that time, man. It's about time for K9's corner. But there's one other fight that we have coming up. I believe it's at the end of January,
Uh-huh.
and I have some concerns, but I want to hear you talk about it first. And
Yeah.
this is Caleb Plant against Caleb Truax
Okay.
for
Oh,
Caleb Plant's title.
yeah. Oh man. Man, I'm happy that Truex is getting all these opportunities. We don't had him on the show before. He actually shocked the world when he had beat the Gale. When he beat the Gale, remember he beat the Gale? That
Yes,
right there,
yes.
man, he shocked the world, and I'm happy he's getting an opportunity to have another big fight. But Caleb Plant right now is on a whole another level. I mean, he's probably in the top 10 pound for pound. He's really a good fighter. Has real good rhythm, a real good fan friendly style. I root for put of Truex, but I just think that Caleb Plant is gonna be too much for him. And not looking too far past that fight. I would love to see Caleb Plant in there with Canelo. I think that'd be a great fight right there.
It's a good fight. That's a fight that will probably end up being made if
Yeah,
Caleb Plant looks good against Truax. Yeah, I think Plant might get the next call to fight Canelo. Um, my concern uh, with this fight is the damage that the cut did when he was fighting Kid Chocolate.
yeah,
How much of a factor is that going to play into a slick fighter like Plant?
yeah,
Plant is, he's not just a power puncher. Uh, he depends upon, an accumulation of punches.
yeah,
And when you have that skin, that's been damaged before, especially
yeah,
to that extent, I'm wondering how well that scar tissue is going to hold up.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I do look for Truax to provide good competition. But I'm kind of with you that I think Plant right now is a little bit above. And I want to get Caleb Truax on the show
yeah,
uh, next week or the week after. I
yeah, yeah,
believe, if I'm correct, I believe this fight may be at the end of January. Um, haven't really. I know I've seen it advertised, but I wasn't sure of the date. So
yeah,
that's another fight that we can look forward to. We are seeing more championship fights coming on
yeah.
the horizon.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we're going to see many more the younger fellows like DJ Samora and others, on these undercards, because first of all the price, and second of all, they are providing great competition. When you look at some of the young people that we've seen on PBC and others, we have a great class coming up. So, I want to see this class get their due rather than them being overshadowed by some YouTube wannabes.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you, boy, hey, YouTubers are taking over.
You
I
know,
mean, if you're a celebrity, you get you some easy money. You could get, you know what? You could say, man, you know what? I feel like the YouTubers and celebrities that are bootlegging the game of boxing. remember when remember when the CD came out and and you end up then next thing you know the bootlegs came out.
yeah,
So,
I think I'm gonna call Logan Paul's dad. Let's see if he want to fight.
Hey,
I'm
that's
down.
what's
She,
up.
three. Hey, 300,000. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't. Even, I'm cheaper than Nate Robinson.
Yeah,
I
that's all good.
might be a little tougher too, though. I don't think I'm gonna take that knockout like that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what I'm talking about.
you know, can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
to see. I don't mind getting. It's bad enough taking a whooping to be embarrassed on nationwide TV would have to. I don't know
yeah,
if I could. I don't know if I could do that. But anyway,
yeah,
as I
yeah,
say, man, it's our first show of 2021. So spout some knowledge there, brother. What's going
yeah.
on? Tell us what's happening in K9's corner.
Man, K9's corner, man. It's just a whole lot going on in this world we in right now, man. I just say, man, be hungry. You know what I mean? Stay hungry. Get closer to God. I mean, get close to your family. All we could do now is, be in the house. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. It ain't a bad thing, be in the house. There's a lot of things you could do in the house. Before, they had all this social media. I was watching basketball games or I was playing
Yeah,
video games.
you better get that basement fixed. That's what you better do. Get that rug out that basement. That's
Oh,
what you better do.
you ain't lying about that, boy. Imma get that mug fixed too. Imma get it fixed, man. But yeah, man, I just say, man, stay hungry, stay hungry. You shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to get hungry to be hungry, you know what I mean? And boxing, you should stay hungry. Learn from me. You know what I mean? I didn't stay hungry and it cost me. You got to stay hungry. Even when you got it, you gotta keep it. The way to keep it, you gotta stay as hungry. Floyd said he trained like he didn't have it, even when he had it. And so you gotta have that mindset. You gotta stay hungry, man. Just stay hungry and just don't give in. Don't give in, to what's going on in the world. Don't give in, man. Don't give in to temptation. Don't give in to, stress. Don't give in, man. Go hard or go home. I just want people just to hang in there. It's gonna get better. It has been worse down here and according to the Bible, and I believe it that we had, man, Sodom and Gomorrah was down here a long time ago. I mean,
What
it
you saying before New York and Las Vegas?
huh?
What's that? Before New York and Las Vegas, we had Sodom and Gomorrah. Really?
Man, we had Sodom we had Sodom and Gomorrah. What else did we have? Then we have all them locusts. And locusts. When the locusts was down
We had
here,
locusts, we had
uh,
floods.
the floods. Oh man, so a little COVID. COVID ain't nothing compared to none of that. I rather hey, listen. I'd rather be COVID down here and it rain and fire, and you know what I mean. And man, or being in slavery. Slavery was worse than COVID. You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying, that don't take it serious, but we show as human beings and we can get over anything. We can make it through whatever. A lot of stuff going on, man. I just be strong and don't what you gotta do is sometimes you just gotta turn off the TV. The TV can just mess your brain up, boy, telling you about everything that's happening. It start affecting you. Oh man, I can't believe it. Man, don't panic. Hang in there. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? JK, I'm with the family. I got a good one. You know what I mean? My wife holding me down and all we could do is just hang in there, hold hands. I can hold hands more now. I spend more time at home. But I was always a homebody anyway. My street days and being in the streets been over with. I've been coming back home. Right, SB? Yeah, I've been coming. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? It's the cats that can't go out in the streets like they want to no more. Them the ones that's affected. They're like, man, I don't know what they pulling their hair out. You know what I mean? Little hair they get, they pulling it out, punching walls and everything. So they can't go to the strip clubs and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And them kind of spots to me should be closed anyway. But
Well,
yeah,
well,
definitely.
well, it's funny that you say that because when the lawsuit out here
Yeah,
was taken up against the restaurants, when the restaurant owners took up the court case to sue the state of California to keep restaurants open,
Uh-huh.
The number one and number two signees on the petition were strip clubs,
Wow.
cheetahs,
Yeah.
cheetahs and pacers
Yeah.
out here in California.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine. I mean, how much food do you really consume in a strip joint? But I'm just saying,
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Why you?
you know,
Because
but but but
you
but
drink.
but, but they but they won their lawsuit, and restaurants out here are allowed to remain open as long as they're outdoor, as long as they serve the food outdoors. But now due to what's happening in L.A.,
Yeah.
I think we've had a few uptakes out here in San Diego. Not many, not as many as L.A. and further north, especially around uh, Frisco and up around in there. We have a more of a problem. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, when I go out tomorrow, I'll be going out shopping. I'll have my mask on. Uh, I got a doctor's appointment. Of course, I have my mask on.
Yes.
But
Great.
as I said, my mask is for my protection. Uh, you
Yes.
know, uh, what you decide to do with your life, that's on you. Uh,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
I have no problem, with you not wearing a mask. Because I'm gonna have mine on.
Yeah.
Now if you decide to cough on me or something like that, we might have a problem. But other than
Hey.
that,
Yeah.
I'm good. Trying to be a good citizen and hoping that you know uh, we'll get over this pandemic. We'll have
Yeah.
people back, live audience,
Yeah.
probably with some restriction, but I'm just like we've come into the 20th century. We've come out of podcasting now. We're live streaming. People
Yeah.
can actually see who we are. The boxing game will also evolve,
Yeah.
and we'll see what's happening with that. So,
Yeah.
great show tonight, as always. As I said, our first show together in 2021, and I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to having a great year, my man. So,
So
you they can find me on
yeah.
Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and now we're all using the same platform, StreamYard.
Yeah.
uh, you can stream it to different pages and YouTube. So
Mhm.
look for us all on the same platform. Now we'll
Yeah.
all be looking the same.
Yeah.
And uh, I'll see you next week. Make sure you give everybody your social media. Tell them where they can find you. And one more plug. I have started my political show again. It's now called another uh, excuse me, how did I put it? It was supposed to be another uh, uh, oh man, I gotta look it up now. But with we're praying for the election in Georgia tonight. Hopefully we can get our two Democratic senators through. And the name of the show is called Another Irreconcilable Union. You can look that up. There was a couple books written about that, starting probably. I think the first one was written in 1892, after dealing with the Reconstruction period, and that another part of deals with the Civil Rights Act. So if you want to talk some politics, join me every Monday evening on Another Irreconcilable Union. Thank everybody for tonight. And K9, tell them where they can find you. And hey, man, let's see about those three fights in uh, 21.
Yeah, they can find me at
what what up, man? You
they can find me at K9 Boxing. on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, K9 Boxing. Yeah.
That sounds like my bark there, that chihuahua. I love you, man. I'll see you later.
Appreciate you.
See you later, man.
All right,
You have
well,
a good
all right.